Hey there, GI Nation. I'm your host, Crystal Leven, and you're watching GI Weekly, your #1 source for everything bodybuilding. 2016 is a great time to be an aspiring bodybuilder, as digital media and the internet allow for almost anyone to get important information needed to train effectively. Unfortunately, it also makes it easier for bad information to spread as truth. That's why we're counting down the worst advice that people just keep clinging on to, so that you can stop believing them for good. Numero 5. Bodyweight workouts get a bad rap in the weightlifting world, mostly because most people don't utilize proper bodyweight progressions, thus never increasing resistance and never getting any results. Here's the rub. It takes an extraordinary amount of time to bust through the basics before you can start doing some really advanced moves. So, is this great for a bodybuilder? Probably not, but it can pack on muscle mass if you do it right. Number 4, deadlifts are bad for your back. Deadlifts have a bad reputation of destroying your back, but that doesn't have to be the case if you do one simple thing. Make sure you have good form. Just like any other exercise, bad form will get you injured, so focus on making sure you're on point with your movements to avoid serious damage. Number 3, you can target and spot reduce fat by working that part harder. Sorry everyone, but it turns out that where you lose fat has more to do with genetics than what body parts you work out. So that means that weekly ab fat blasting workouts won't make your waist specifically thinner. Number 2, deep squats are bad for your knees. Much like deadlifts, the squat is an exercise that gets a bad reputation for being dangerous. And while it's very important to know your limits and keep form correct, this is one myth that keeps coming back. Fortunately, recent studies have shown that deep squatting has no direct correlation to injuring your knees, so long as you don't do excessive weight that you can't handle. As long as you keep that form solid and know your limits, you can do ass to grass squats all fucking day. Number 1, crunches and sit-ups will give you six-pack abs. This is one of the most commonly believed workout myths ever to keep hold. But here's the thing, you already have abs. You just need to lose fat to show them off. And just like we stated earlier, targeting your abs won't make you lose more weight in that area. So if you really want to get a killer six-pack, you need to focus on cardio and an airtight diet. Feel free to still do the crunches, but don't expect them to chisel your abs all alone. That's the end of this week's list, but if you think there are any other big exercise myths that we should have covered, feel free to let us know in the comments below or hit us up on Facebook and Twitter. You can also subscribe to our Generation Iyer YouTube channel for video updates on all things bodybuilding. Until next time, I'm Crystal Leven, and stay pumped!
You know, Ruli Winkler.
He's looking massive. Everybody's talking about him.
Well, he was very, very big, round, and impressive when we were back in England. He actually did win the show in England. This dude is just not a surprise because I remember competing with him back in 2009, I think it was. And that was the first time I'd ever really, seen this guy introduced to the scene.